right, Warriors of Truth, once again, gear on up for Panzer Unleashed. As always, I'm your host, Scott Panzer Paulson, your fearless commander in this war on lies. And today we're going to go ahead and charge headfirst into a clash that's basically ripping America's soul apart. I'm talking about MIGA versus MAGA. Yeah, that's right, folks. Make Israel great again isn't just a fucking hashtag, people. This right here is a hijacking of the America First fight and dragging us into wars we didn't choose while our streets are drowning in corruption. MAGA, yeah, was your vow. Your fucking kids, your borders, your fucking future first, right? Make America great again. But MIGA, yeah, it's twisting it up a little bit on you Trumpers out there, you know? And it's funneling billions to foreign battles. Meanwhile, our country is being fucking torn apart with this fucking cartel cop connection that's running rampant. And if you didn't get the memo, people, the cartels are basically the biggest drug distributors in the fucking world. And they run this shit. They run cops. So don't sit there and act like you don't fucking know anything, people. Because right now, the Iron Voice Society demands truth, people. And we're exposing this fucking betrayal with cold, hard facts. Your fucking tax dollars, your military, your loyalty, yeah, they're being siphoned to fucking fuel conflicts that risk World War III. All while America bleeds. And today, we're gonna arm you with the knowledge to fight back, people, and reclaim fucking making America great again. And stop all this MIGA fucking corruption, because this is your wake-up call right now, people. 15 minutes to become a warrior of America. So let's go ahead and storm the fucking front gates, people. And like I said, the fucking MIGA versus MAGA war, it's fucking blazing right now across X and every other fucking social media platform out there. And Post by, in July 2025 was screaming about a civil war in the America First movement. And right there, MAGA was born to put you first. Your jobs, your safety, your kids. It was a rebellion against endless wars and that globalist elites. And all the corrupt systems out there, you know, that left our cities crumbling. And Trump's 2016 promise was clear. No more stupid fucking wars. And he roared that shit out in Southern Carolina. And the debate was calling Iraq a $2 trillion disaster. And you cheered because you were done bleeding for foreign agendas. But MIGA, Make Israel Great Again, is a shadow force that's twisting that vow, people. Pushing America into Middle Eastern firestorms. Meanwhile, the cartels and dirty cops exploit our fucking homes and our homeland. And this isn't about faith or friendships. It's about power, about money and betrayal. And as I said, we're going to rip it apart with facts that hit harder than a fucking Panzer tank shell, people. So once again, we're going to start with the money. Ching ching. Yeah, the fucking money. The U.S. sent $3.8 billion. Yeah, not million, but billion in military aid to Israel in 2024. And per the Congressional Research Service bullshit, yeah, that's your cash. Enough to hire 76,000 border agents or rebuild 1.9 fucking thousand schools. You know, and instead, it's arming a nation with 80 to 200 nuclear fucking warheads. And like I said, Israel's not a weak ally, people. They've got fucking 35s, Iron Domes, and a GDP per fucking capita, you know, of, 58 grand? Higher than Germany's, people. And per the World Bank. So why the fuck are we footing their bills? Because MIGA got a grip on Washington and Donald Trump's nutsack, which is sad to say. And the donors, like, what is his name, Miriam Anderson or whatever the fuck, he poured $100 million into Trump in 2024's campaign. And yeah, and that's per opensecret.org right there, people. That's not support. It's a transaction. And the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, oh yeah, the AIPAC, lobbies hard, backing senators like Lindsey Graham, who told Fox News back in, June 2025, Israel's fight is our fight. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid motherfucker. No, it's not. Our fight is in the 2,416 Americans that were killed by fucking cartel fentanyl in 2024. Per the CDC deaths, like I said, enabled by corrupt cops taking fucking bribes. Just like the $50,000, the Ohio case back in 2023. And now, the war drums, people. MIGA's pushing. Yeah, they're pushing towards America, towards a clash with Iran. They want us to fucking be right there with them. And it's not about security. It's about control. And Israel's fucking June 13th, 2025 airstrike on Iran's nuclear site, yeah, that was backed by Trump's MIGA. MIGA! Yeah, people, that wasn't fucking Make America Great Again right there. And Truth Social posts, the spike in oil prices to what, $73 a barrel? Like I said, the energy analysis warned about escalations. They could probably hit 100. Crushing your wallet with $5 fucking a gallon of gas. And Iran's missiles breached Israel's Iron Dome. Per AI, Jazeera bullshit? Proving they're no pushover. Trump talks of a regime change. Echoes Bush's Iraq disaster. Was it 4,000 Americans' lives? And $2 trillion. And a fucking terrorist breeding ground. Per the Pentagon. Like, Iran's got 92 million fucking people. A battle-hardened military. And proxies like Hezbollah. War means thousands of U.S. troops, trillions more dollars, and a homeland left vulnerable as always. And Tulsi, Gabbard? Yeah, Trump's intel chief. He testified in March of 2025. Iran's not building a nuke. Their program's been dormant fucking since 2003. So why the fucking rush to war? MIGA's fear-mongering, not fucking facts, people. And this is splitting MAGA's soul. I see it, and the isolationist, Tucker Carlson, Stephen Bannon, Major Taylor Greene, all fucking fighting for you guys. Carlson's, June 12th of 2025 newsletter blasted. War with Iran fuels terrorism, not peace. And drop Israel's fight. Bannon's War Room, the podcast, he already warned this shit. This is a neocon poison. Boots on the fucking ground next. And Green, he posted on X, he said, MAGA wants peace, not World War III. And they're trying to echo this shit. 68% of Americans who oppose foreign wars. And that's per a 2025 Pew poll. But MIGA's hawks. Oh, what's his name? Graham, Ted Cruz, and Mark Levin. Yeah, they're pushing hard. Levin told Fox, he said, Iran's an existential threat. And to who? You know what I mean? To fucking who? Israel's got nukes. Dude, America's got cartels killing kids and fucking disrupting everything here in our beautiful soil. And then you got fucking Cruz fumbling. Carlson's June 2025 interview. You guys remember that? Unable. He was fucking unable to name Iran's GDP. Yeah, 1.9 trillion, by the way. And that's not leadership, people. It's blind loyalty to a fucking foreign agenda. Yeah, MIGA's corruption distracts from the real war at home, people. Because guess what? The cartels, they made $39 billion in 2024 per the DEA flooding our streets with drugs while corrupt cops looked the other way. You know, in 2024, the Texas Tribune revealed a mayor taking $500,000 from a cartel-linked LLC in 2023. And Ohio officers pocketed, $50,000 to tip off dealers, per the Cincinnati Enquirer. Yeah, that's the fight MIGA ignores. You know, your community, your kids. Every dollar spent on Israel's war is a dollar not stopping fentanyl, not securing our borders, and not fixing our schools. And the Iron Voice Society says enough, people. America first means America first. No fucking detours through fucking bumfucked Egypt. You know, how do you fight back? You know, you're the weapon, the fucking warrior out there. You know, go check it out there. Go check out the MIGA versus MAGA hashtag on X, you know. Call out those hawks like Graham and Cruz, man. Go fucking pester the shit out of those people. Check their campaign cash on opensecrets.org, too. You know, the AIPAC, yeah, the fingerprints are everywhere, you know. And like I said, file the FOIA's request at your city hall and demand police budgets, you know. See if they're fighting cartels or just buying drones. You know, you can check into seeing what exactly the police are doing. You know, organize community safety meetups, people. Teach your neighbors to spot this corruption. You know, Iron Voice Society is here. And once again, you can send me messages on Telegram under Scott Panzer Paulson, on Gab, Scott Ryan Paulson, as well as on X. You can contact me there as well. Or panzerfront14 at gmail.com. You can send in anything there regarding cartel activity, corruption in your area. And like I said, people, you know, this isn't about Israel's people. You know, it's about MIGA's elite. Yeah, the top of the food chain up there. You know, Israel's got the tech, the nukes, and the will to fight its own fucking battles. You know, America's got 22,000 dead kids from fentanyl. You know, open borders and crumbling infrastructure. And MIGA's obsession steals your future, people. It distracts you from the real threat, the corruption, the cartels, and the risk of global war. And MAGA's promise was peace. You know, Trump said in 2024, we'll end the wars we never should have started. And so why the fuck is he flirting with MIGA? Getting all, like I said, we already know his handler. And it's sad to say, man, because I don't like to talk shit about anybody, especially my president. But, you know, it's a sad, sad world we live in, people, where you have to think a certain way or act a certain way because people think that, you know, that you're just an oddball or you're not with the program. Like, if you're not wearing a Trump hat, you know, but either way, they're going to fucking get at you. And like I said, you know, Warriors, this is your battle cry, people. Excuse me for ranting, but, you know, MIGA versus MAGA is a fucking fight for America's soul. And you guys need to open your eyes because you are the vanguard. You know, make Israel great again is a fucking lie, a fucking disgrace. It's corrupting MAGA's heart. And I believe in it, you know, and we should make America great again, you know, and it's not just some fucking catchphrase. You know, it's time that people stand the fuck up and do what they say and say what they do. And, you know, it breaks our heart. You know, they're basically stealing billions and pushing wars that will eventually bleed us dry. And like I said, you're the Iron Voice Society. The parents, the survivors, the fighters, the citizen soldiers, ready to bury MIGA and reclaim America first. So once again, go ahead and post on your social medias, hashtag MIGA versus MAGA, and expose these pieces of shit, hawks, dig up their cash, you know, wake your people up. You know, Carlson, Bannon, Green, you know, they're screaming for truth. You know, no more wars. And like I said, people, that's you right there. We have to be unstoppable. You know, stop the corruption. And like I said, do your part. And once again, my friends, I appreciate you all for listening to Panzer Unleashed. And as always, it's a pleasure congregating here with everybody. And, really look into this, people, because make Israel great again and all that Israel crap they are not our friends. And I don't want to hear that, Panzer anti-Semitism. Get the fuck out of here. There's a reason that, we distance ourselves from this type of filth and corruption. Because true Americans, we can see through this. And just like all the MAGA people out there, like I said, you see it. And it's starting to piss you off, and it should. Because Israel is not our friends. And as I said, we do not need to fucking back up anything for them. They have their own military ready to roll. It's no fucking point for America to even be around these people. And like I said, you will open your eyes and you will see. And eventually, corruption will die. Because America first is what is needed by any means necessary. Once again, this is Scott Panzer Paulson reporting live from Hack Studios. Out.